Jordan 4 Black Hats did a sneakers pass today, but if you missed it, don't even trip. Hey man, Termon Too Real in the cut on the mic, and today we're going to be talking about the Jordan 4's Black Hats that just sneaker passed today. And they also did JD's exclusive access yesterday, but that's already like irrelevant. But along with the sneaker passes kind of already happened, so if you missed it, don't worry though. We're going to be talking about where they're going to be dropping, which they're a GR, so they're going to be dropping at Foot Lockers and all that. I think raffles already closed out and raffle winners have already been selected though at all retailers really. So that's that. But hopefully if you got a dub, which I've seen like tons of people took a W, because there is going to be big stock on this pair just because Nike knows how many people want this shoe. But yeah, they originally, like I've already talked about this, but they originally came out in 2020 and then now they're re-releasing 5 years later in 2025. So yeah, and they're coming out with the Nike Air on the back. So that's the difference between the 2020 pair, is it had the Jumpman on the back. So that's what makes this pair a little bit better. But yeah, so they sneaker passed today, they didn't shock drop. They didn't have any sneaker shock drops, so they didn't do a shock drop on this pair, but they did do the sneakers pass. So kind of similar to like, you know, all other GR releases like the Jordan 4 Better Imagines and stuff like that. But yeah, market's actually still looking pretty healthy on it. Like it's still looking pretty good. It's not under retail or even like really too close to retail. Like retail is $220, but after tax probably like $240. But yeah, prices are ranging from around $250 to $300. Like a size 5 men's, for some reason the size 5 men's is actually going for $1,000 ask. But last sale was $390, so there's only been one sale, and apparently a size 5 men's is pretty rare. So yeah, the smaller sizes for some reason, like the girl sizes, are going for some money, like 6.5 to down to 3.5 men's. But like men's sizes, like the most popular sizes, like size like, you know, like 8 men's through like 13, it's going for around $250 to $300. Really none of them is even tapping $300. The only one that's tapping $300 is of course my personal size, which is a 12.5, which is always really rare, and that's going for $320. And then a size 11 is going for $298, 11.5. Y'all, I have market on the screen probably as I'm talking about this. But yeah, they're not looking like a total brick yet, y'all. I did say that this pair is probably gonna brick, which I think this is gonna be a really easy pair to get. Even if you didn't hit a raffle, I'm sure like they're gonna sell out in most stores, I'm not gonna lie. But they should, you know, you should be able to hit Sneakers app. I feel like most people, I feel like if you go in for at least 2 accounts, you should be able to hit Sneakers app, because I saw stock numbers and it was around 100K-ish. I can't really pop down the screen because like that's a little bit more like secret-ish, but just take my word for it that apparently there's gonna be around 100K dropped on the Sneakers app. So that's that. So yeah, that's why, you know, I really think this is gonna be kind of an easy pair to drop, like to get. Also, you go into the stores for leftovers, like after, you know, raffles close up and they like start letting go raffle winner pairs that didn't pick up their pairs. So it's gonna be interesting. I think this shoe is gonna be around $250 to $280 on release day. Maybe it might go up to like maybe it will stay around the same range, because a lot of people have this pair in hand, and like retail and resale is still like, you know, not below retail or at retail, which makes sense because this is a Black Hat Jordan 4. This is a shoe that went for like $1,000. But keep in mind, 2020, this pair was sitting in outlets. Apparently, like I wasn't really too heavy into sneakers around that time. Like I was a big sneakerhead in like 2016 to like 2015 to like, you know, 2018 or something like that. But I got out of it around then, and then like during like 2020, these like came out and they were actually a brick. But then like a year later, they went for $1,000. Like this went up crazy. And you know, they went for like $1,000 all up to like 2024 until they like announced that they're re-releasing, and then they kind of started going down to like $800, $700. Really clean pair though, I really like them. I already have the Bread 4 Reimagines though, so I'm gonna be passing, but this is a dope like pair to cop, and it has a Nike Air on the back, but it's very stealthy. It's all black. People were complaining about it squeaking, but I don't really think that's too big of a deal, y'all. I don't think they're gonna be squeaking like every time you walk. If they do that, then that is kind of like trash, like that kind of sucks, but I don't think they're gonna be that bad. I think this is a fire pair to wear with like black jeans. It's like a blacked out fit, or you know, you throw a lot of fits with this shoe. I feel like I could already see like, you know, a couple cool fits that go with this shoe. You could really wear it with anything. It's an all black Jordan 4, like one of the best Jordan 4 silhouette, like Jordan silhouettes. Like in my opinion, I think a lot of people agree with that. Jordan 4 is probably like definitely top 3 best Jordan silhouettes or like Jordan models. So this pair will sell out, I feel like. So hopefully y'all entered up raffles and stuff like that if you want it for the personal. But even if you don't hit, I don't think this is gonna be going for more than $300, more than like really $280 in most sizes. I feel like most sizes will go for around $250 to $280. So we're gonna have to see if I'm right or wrong on that. You know, black metallics, we're going for like actually less than this, like the day before that they came out. Like I remember I was in like I bought a pair from someone for like literally retail like $240 like the day before, and then the next day they went for like $350. So that's pretty crazy. And then like a couple months later, they're Black Metallic 5s are going for $450 to, you know, like $400 to $450. But I didn't really talk about when the sneakers pass was. I think it was around like 1:15ish, and it was for like, they only leave the sneakers passes open for like 15 minutes. I think, yeah, only 15 minutes. So you have to be in range. Let me see what time exactly it was, y'all. Okay, yeah, it loaded up actually at 12:45. So oh, actually it loaded up at 1 p.m. and then it went into 1 p.m. to 1:15 and ended it. And actually I do have a Nike store like in my zone. You have to be like within like 50 miles or 15 miles or 20 miles, something like that, y'all, from the Nike store to reserve a pair. So actually I have to drive a little bit like up like near the store just to get in range. I'm not like in total range like at my house, so I was gonna do that, but I was actually, you know, driving with someone, so I couldn't do it. But I was thinking about doing it. But yeah, I passed. But I low-key wish I, like, you know, went for them on the sneakers pass. I think it was going to be an easy cop, and it would have been a dope pair to review. So hopefully I'll hit on sneakers app, if anything, so I can get a pair to review. I feel like there's going to be, you know, a lot of people that are going to be having these, so they're not like a crazy shoe, but I still want us to do a video on them. But yeah, so they're looking a little bit, you know, harder than we thought. But then again, there's a lot of people hitting. So I think this is, I don't know what I'm talking about. I think they're kind of medium. They're pretty easy to hit. If like you entered up raffles, you're definitely going to easily get a pair. But they are not a total brick. What I'm trying to say is they're not going for under retail like a lot of shoes have been. But, you know, shoes have actually been doing pretty decent. I'm like the Kobe Caitlin Clarks actually doing really well. A few other sneakers that's came out, Shadow Jordan 10s, for some reason those are going for crazy. I think it's because they only 13K dropped on sneakers app, and they didn't drop in retailers, I don't think. Like only certain few. I don't think they dropped at like malls and stuff. If they did, they would be going for a lot less than they are right now, so I don't think they did. And yeah, the last time I entered up a sneakers pass, the reason why I didn't is because I thought that these are going to be a brick, and I still think that these aren't going to be like going for crazy profit. I don't think this is like a crazy shoe if you're a reseller to go for, unless you have clients. Then if you have clients that you can sell for like $300 plus too, then yeah, this is going to be, you know, pretty good money, because like, you know, you can like get a lot of pairs, make a lot of sales. But yeah, I think if you're gonna be selling to these to apps, they're not worth it at all, because you're gonna be selling to apps for like $280. Your payout's gonna probably be like $250. That's not worth it, honestly, because you'd be paying like $240 like in the, like after taxes and fees. So I don't really think it's worth it for my resellers. But for the people who want them for the toe, you should be able to get them for retail. But like I said, if you don't, they're very affordable. And yeah, like I was saying, the last sneakers pass I went for was the military blue 4s, aka the industrial blue 4s, which was like last year or the year before, I think. So low-key a minute ago. And I remember I drove to get in range for the store. I thought that shoe was gonna be going for some money, because it was going for like kind of like, it went for actually for more than what the Black Hat 4s are going for right now. It went for like $300 before the release, and then like a few days before, like 2 days before the release, as like a lot of people hit sneakers pass, a lot of people like were hitting raffles, they just tanked. They went to like retail. So I ended up picking up a bunch of pairs on release day, thinking that they're gonna go back up, and they ended up being a brick. And that's a shoe that's been stagnant at the same price for like 2 years. So it just shows you, y'all, you got to be careful if you're a reseller, because you know, certain releases, if you don't know what you're doing, or if you overbuy stuff like that, you can get stuck with a lot of like inventory that you don't want, and you end up taking like $20, $30 losses on all of them, and it adds up whenever you have like 10, 20 pairs. So don't do that. But anyways, though, that's really everything I talked about, y'all. Let me see what else I have in my notes, because I wrote down some notes for this video so it can be more structured than other videos I make. All right, y'all, I'm just gonna end off the video here. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Go follow my Instagram in the description down below. Drop a like, drop a sub on this video, and stay tuned for more power videos. Also, go follow my TikTok, because I only have 50 followers on my sneaker TikTok. I actually have another TikTok with like around 20,000 followers, but I used to do different content. I didn't do sneaker stuff, so I just made a whole new account for my sneaker page. I don't know if that was a good idea, but I still did it. Anyways, though, stay tuned for more power videos. Peace. God bless.